Back then, I still had no idea. Not a clue what was waiting for us out there. The two of them stopped dead, one blade held between them. That my job, Rarity Changer, could turn this whole world upside down. Ducal House Doneik, home to a proud line of swordsmen. We will now begin your job bestowal ceremony. Yes! He drops into a bow and holds it. At 14, everyone is granted a job by the goddess. My family has produced sword saints for generations. I'm ready. I gave up everything to earn the sword saint job. You filthy child of a woman like that. Honestly, you reek of the countryside. A child of the second wife isn't worth calling my brother. You're obviously a failure. My mother came from the sticks, so the house treated us both as outsiders. I wanted them to acknowledge us, and there was something else. You are not to attend official duties. I won't recognize you until you become a sword saint. I wanted the strength to protect the people who mattered to me. That is why I worked this hard all this time. The job granted to you by the goddess is Rarity Changer. The words hang in the hall and nobody moves. Rarity Changer? Not a sword saint? You. A hand closes on the front of the boy's coat. Worthless failure! This ducal house has no need for anything but a sword saint. I cannot call you my son. Please wait! I have given myself to the sword all this time. Even without the title, I can still… That is impossible for you. Unlike me, a pureblood, you are nothing but a failure. Brother Gaia, he looks up at the man he spent his childhood chasing. And to think you ended up with some unheard of job like Rarity Changer. Hey, useless, what good is that job of yours anyway? Well, he has no answer, and everyone in the hall can see it. You don't even know how to use it. Then at least, Steel slides a hand's width out of the scabbard. How about being my practice dummy? The blade stops a finger's width from his throat. Wait, Gaia, that would stain the honor of this family. Sheathe your sword. But there is a more fitting end for someone like him. Send him to our far eastern territory, Japoli. As expected of you, father, that place is a monster nest now. Ruined land and not a coin of value left in it. Trash like you won't last a week out there. Honestly, the smile on his face never reaches his eyes. It is the perfect ending for tainted blood. He hears all of it and doesn't answer once. It's been a while, mother. Japoli, they are sending me to your homeland. Normally, I would be happy about that. I promised I would succeed as your son, and yet, thrown out of the ducal house. Never once acknowledged. How pathetic is that? What was all of this even for? The tears come before he can stop them. No matter how much I whine, this job won't change. I know that already. He leaves the grave behind and walks out of the trees. So in that case, I have to find something I can actually do. A weapon shop at the edge of town, shutters just opened. Hey, you sure that shield is enough for you? Yes, I don't have much money on me. A plain wooden shield, the cheapest thing on the rack. I have everything I need for now, but to her at least, I wish I could have said goodbye. The shield in his hands quietly begins to shine. Boy, what did you do? That shield! Hey, shopkeeper, what the hell is this sword? Is something wrong with it? Take a good look! It is already chipped! This was supposed to be high-quality iron! What a waste of money! Hey, replace it with a new one! But you bought that months ago. Shut up! Just give me a new one already! Why don't we all calm down and talk this out? Violence isn't the answer here. Kid, are you lecturing me? Don't get cocky when you're carrying trash gear like that. The punch lands on the wooden shield and launches the man off his feet. Huh? He looks at the shield like it belongs to someone else. 3 people, 1 wrecked shop floor, and not one explanation. The man scrambles up and bolts for the door. Are you okay? Shut up! What just happened? Ark? A girl in a traveling cloak is standing at the mouth of the alley. Lottie, why are you here? I was looking for you! The 4th princess of the kingdom, Lottie Carbuncle. I went to the ducal house to celebrate your ceremony, but I heard you'd been exiled. Yeah. He can't quite meet her eyes. I'm leaving for the Far East tomorrow, actually. Could you give us a moment alone? Of course, princess. The two of them sit down on a crate in the back alley. Feels like ages since we talked like this. Yeah, before the ceremony I trained non-stop. So, what job did you get? Well, it's something I've never even heard of. Even the priest had no idea what it does. No way! I'm glad I got to see you before I left. Once I'm out east, I probably can't come back to the capital. No, don't say it like that. It sounds like a final goodbye. I didn't become your friend because of your rank or your job. I became your friend because you're you. And because it's you, I want to keep supporting you from now on. Laddie, whatever he meant to say next doesn't come out. Oh, how about I come with you? I already talked to my father about it. I'm ready to go too. She always knew how to lift me up like this. Years back, a boy in the courtyard swinging a wooden sword. Ark. A small girl in a garden dress stops at the edge of the yard. I heard about your mother. Are you okay? I'm fine, Lottie. Her eyes catch his hands, raw and shaking around the grip. Why don't you rest a little? Your mother up there would worry, you know? I can't afford to rest. When Gaia was my age, he'd already mastered advanced swordsmanship. I can't face my mother like this. Show me your hands. Both palms are split open and raw from the grip. You've been working yourself to pieces. Some things you can't change. Bloodline, talent, but those aren't what decide your worth. Being able to work this hard for someone else is something special. I'll always be cheering for you. Back in the alley, her hands close around his again. Thank you. The words come out quieter than he meant them to. Because you were there, I could keep moving forward, just like now. Ark, Princess. It's time. I have to go now. Take care. Ark! Her voice follows him into the noise of the street. I don't have any regrets left. I can walk out of this city without holding anything back. She watches him vanish into the crowd and says nothing. A carriage rattles to a stop on the forest road. Excuse me, sir. Sorry about the rough ride. What are you heading to a backwater like Japoli for? There are a lot of monsters out that way. First, I need to work out what I can actually do in Japoli. Something heavy crashes through the roadside brush. A monster!
A winged shape drops low over the treetops.
A wyvern? Why is it this close to the road? They never come near human settlements. A scream cuts through the trees behind him. That voice. It can't be. You must escape, Princess. No, we're leaving together. Please, get up. A clawed foot slams down and cuts off the road. Lottie, get behind me. Ark? She is on the ground behind the knight, half buried in dust. Its danger level is the same as a dragon. No, run! I know that, but I don't want this anymore. I'm not losing anyone important to me again. He throws the blade up, and the air in front of him flickers. What is this? A pane of light hangs there. Change the rarity? Yes or no? The wyvern's jaws come down on him, roaring. His finger stabs the word yes. The beast's head swings around, jaws wide open. Whoa! He plants his feet and takes the charge on that little round shield. The impact tears the road apart around him. The wyvern comes apart in the air and drops. He took down a wyvern in one hit. That's insane. What just happened? Come to think of it, I saw something strange for a second. Huh? What is this? No way. Ark, how did you do that? What do you mean, how? How is your equipment SSSR? Huh? He turns the chipped sword over and understands nothing. Ark, where did you get SSSR gear? SSSR? What are you talking about? Princess! Hooves hammer up the road and a rider swings down mid-gallop. The princess's guard captain Eliza comes crashing through the smoke. Princess, are you safe? Yes, I'm fine. Are you and the others all right? Some of us are hurt, but everyone is alive. I failed you as your knight. I am deeply sorry. Thank you for saving the princess. No, please raise your head. That strike that killed the wyvern was magnificent. I don't even understand what happened back there. Did I really do that? And those words I saw for a second. Change the rarity, yes or no? But thanks to that power, I was able to protect Laddie. The carriage rolls on through the dark trees. So then, he turns very slowly toward the seat opposite him. Why are you following me? Huh? I said I'd come with you, didn't I? Does the king know about this? Yeah, I asked him before I came to see you. You're going with Ark? Sure, go ahead. What? My father and I have been watching you for a long time. The way you live your life has earned the king's trust. And of course, I trust you. That's why I want to go with you. I'm happy to hear that, but... He takes her by the arm and steers her back toward the carriage. Is something wrong? Sorry, the wheel is stuck in the mud. Let me help. A pane opens over the wheel. Change the rarity of this common carriage? Yes or no? A common carriage rank N? Ark, can you actually see their rarity? Rarity? Rarity is basically a measure of an item's value. Most things in circulation are N or R rank. N turns up anywhere, R is a step above it. SR is national treasure level, maybe 100 in one kingdom. kingdom. SSR is legendary, about 100 in the entire world. SSSR is mythical. 10 of them exist, if that. Anything past R is vanishingly rare. I had no idea something like that existed. That's normal, don't worry about it. Only royals who carry the wisdom eye can see it. It's an ability that reveals the true nature of things. In other words, I can read Rarity too. That's amazing!
Only royalty knows about it, so keep it quiet.
Which brings up a question. That equipment of yours, it started out as N-rank. Somehow it is SSSR now. My job is called Rarity Changer. Could that be what did it? Hey Ark, can you change the rarity of this carriage? Yeah, like this? Light swallows the whole carriage. A common carriage, now rated SSSR. Hahaha, amazing! This is incredible, sir. It's light, it's solid, and it doesn't shake even at full speed. I don't think a royal coach could beat this. You really can change their rarity just like that. We're going so fast. What an unbelievable job. It's strong enough to turn the world upside down. My job could do that? His hands close into fists and he can't stop smiling. The carriage rolls into a town of broken windows and empty streets. A front door hangs open, the glass gone from its frame. Two figures stand alone under a bell that hasn't rung in years. So this is Japoli. It used to be lively here, full of people, but now it's in ruins. Are the people living here even okay? There's someone over there. Let's ask them. Excuse me. Eek! The door slams shut in their faces. What was that about? He looked genuinely scared of us. You arrived sooner than expected, my new lord. Japoli's acting administrator in a worn but carefully pressed suit. My name is Edward Freddy. Something about the old man's face stops Ark cold. Edward? The name comes out before he is sure of it. Are you Ark? You know him? He used to work alongside my mother. He looked after me too. You've grown into a fine young man. That look in his eyes. You resemble your mother, Lady Uni, very much. Japoli was Kana land, and my mother was born here, but the family never had the strength to develop it, so she agreed to be a second wife and married into House Doneik. I only found out about all that after she died. My name is Uni. I look forward to working with you, Duke. Even when she asked my father for aid for Japoli, developing a countryside like that is pointless. He refused. Take what resources you can and discard the rest. To make up for that neglect, she worked harder than anyone. You need to rest, Lady Uni. I'm fine. Everyone else has it worse than me, right? Just a little more. Okay. Mother? She goes down on the marble without a sound. Mother? The boy's voice cracks across the empty hall. She pushed herself too far, and not even the capital's healers could save her. Are you okay? After that, I was forbidden from coming home. I couldn't come to Japoli anymore. You must be tired from the journey. I'll guide you to the mansion. He stops walking, eyes fixed on the old man's back. Edward! The call lands before the old man reaches the corner. Before we go anywhere, could you show me around the town? I want to bring back the land my mother loved as fast as I can. A memory of Lady Uni, hands on her hips, smiling exactly like that. You really are just like her. Understood. I'll explain where things stand. As you can see, this town is nothing but crumbling buildings. We have neither the materials nor the funds to repair them. The soil is in bad shape too. Crops can't grow in ground like this. Edward looks exhausted. The townspeople don't look alive either. What happened here after my mother died? Faces appear at a window and track them down the street. Those stairs are anything but friendly. I apologize. They are wary because of the previous feudal lord. The previous lord? Wasn't he appointed by the ducal house? Did something happen? Actually, he takes a long moment before he says the rest. He ran off with the funds meant to develop Japoli. So the people fell this far because of their own lord? Now I understand those stairs. They've lost faith in the whole idea of a lord. My mother always said, a feudal lord must always be someone who gives people hope. I believe that too. So, I'll prove it with my actions. People of Japoli, I will make this a town where you can live safely. Please, lend me your support. Ark's job is going to become everyone's hope, I'm sure of it. And he is Lady Uni's son. Lady Uni's son? He does look like her. Could it really be? The old bell in the arch starts to swing. It hammers out an alarm across the whole square. What is that? Yo, time to collect our dues. Doors slam all down the street as people scatter. Of all times, they had to turn up now. Who is they? Another threat hanging over this town. The Barred Bandits. The riders come on slowly through the square. Barred Bandits. The name means nothing to him and everything to this town. Edward, who are those people? A band of thieves notorious all over this region. Even after what the last lord did, kid, I kept trying to rebuild here. Then the bandits started showing up. Stealing what little the town had left wasn't enough for them, so they began taking people as well. Kidnapping? The word lands harder than everything before it. They have probably moved into the slave trade. If people stay in a town with nothing, they starve anyway. I'm doing them a favor, turning them into cash. That's disgusting. So this country breeds filth like you too. You've got quite the mouth on you for such a well-dressed little lady. But he looks her over and the grin widens. You look like you'd sell for a high price. Hand her over and I'll call this little hiccup even. He steps forward before he has decided what to say. Don't go deciding things on your own. Putting a price on people is idiotic. You should be ashamed of yourself. Who do you think you are? You lot! Grab her! A bandit steps in and reaches for her arm. The wooden shield snaps up and knocks the hand aside. I'm not handing Lottie over, and not the townspeople either. Huh? The grin drops off his face. I am Doneik, the feudal lord of Japoli. While I stand here, you don't get to do as you please in this town. Please leave. Behind every shutter on the street, people are listening. You're the feudal lord? Is this some kid playing pretend? Hey, Urina! He calls back over his shoulder without turning his head. You called for me, Bard? A girl? Even a useless runt like you should be able to handle trash like this. Kill them. A blade comes free behind the girl's shoulder. Sorry. She says it to him, not to the man giving orders. Be careful, Ark. That girl. She has already gone from where she was standing. Has the thief job. Her blade cracks off the shield in a burst of sparks. The steel skids off the wood and leaves nothing behind. She lands, backs away, and looks him over again. He knocked me back with raw strength? That's dangerous. We can still talk this out. She comes in again, blade first, straight past his guard. I don't have any other choice. Hey, Urina, are you messing around? Wait, people like you are only useful while I'm using you. Ugh. Her hands go to her throat far too late. Something snaps shut around her neck with a click. A slave collar, rank R. The metal bites down and light pours out of it. What? That item? No, it can't be. The light drains out of her eyes. She straightens up slowly and there is nothing behind her face. Something is wrong with her. Ark, watch out! She slams into the shield hard enough to shove him backwards. She's faster than she was before. Blow after blow lands and blood starts running off her hands. She's bleeding. That collar is controlling her. She's shrugging off the pain and coming in anyway. Ha ha ha. Your own parents sold you and I'm the one who put you to work. You should be thanking me. That piece of filth. Serve me more. The chain in his fist jerks and she moves again. If I keep deflecting her like this, her body won't hold much longer. He steps inside her guard and reaches for the collar. Ark, my lord! Look closely. The blade in his hand stops moving entirely. Stay calm. Don't put too much force behind it. Just make the tip of the blade touch it. Steel taps the collar with one small, clear sound. Hairline cracks race all the way around the metal. The collar bursts apart and the ring in Bard's hand goes with it. What? There. He catches her before she hits the ground. Laddie, take a look at her. Got it. You took what belongs to me. People aren't objects. Bard, over here. Shut up. I don't know what trick you pulled with that junk gear, but it won't work on me. Metal Breaker, rank R. I'll smash everything with this. Stay still. I'll split you in half. One swing of that thing put out that much force. He comes on again and Ark gives ground across the square. If I meet that head on, the town takes the damage. So then, Ark drops low and the blade carves the air above him. For half a second, they are face to face. He twists under the swing and comes up inside the man's reach. A pane of light blinks open beside the giant blade. I don't know what you did, but stop hopping around. It's annoying. Just as I thought. The power of the Rarity Changer doesn't only raise rarity. Metal Breaker, rank R, dropped straight down to N. It can lower it too. The giant blade shatters and the blast throws the whole gang off their feet. He did it. That's our Ark. Edward, let's tie them up right now. But my lord, all this town has left is old rope. That's fine. Old rope will do the job. Old rope, rank SSSR. Damn it, why won't this thing break? You've had your way here for far too long. Pay for what you've done. Ow! A boot lands somewhere it hurts. You will be handed over to the guards in the royal capital. Before that, you'll tell us everything about the people you took. Prepare yourself. The bandit stops struggling against the rope. She surfaces slowly under a clean blanket. Oh, you're awake. I bandaged your arm. Does anything else hurt? Her fingers find nothing there but skin. The collar, it's gone. That's good. He lets out a breath he has been holding for a while. You're free now. She just looks at him like the words don't fit anywhere. Something behind her eyes finally lets go. The tears are running before she even notices them. Thank you. The words are barely louder than the wind outside. The feudal lord's manor in Japoli. Thank you so much, my lord. The bandits are under watch until the soldiers arrive from the capital. They will answer for their crimes properly. Damn it. Eliza must be in a total panic by now. I signed the dispatch when we sent the fast horse. They should be here soon. To think Lady Lottie is the 4th princess. Good grief. What a surprise. Anyway, I'm just glad you and Lottie came out of it safe. But what about that girl? The one with the thief job. The relief probably hit her and she went straight back to sleep. She was a thief, but that collar was forcing her hand, which makes her a victim of the slave trade too. I don't think she'll be charged with anything. Now then, you must be tired. Please take it easy. We have prepared dinner as well. Dinner? It isn't much, but we keep provisions set aside for the Lord. At the very least, let me show my gratitude. But yeah. Is something wrong? It may not be the quality you would find in the capital, but oh no, that's not it. When I was walking around town, I saw a lot of people with nothing to eat and nowhere decent to sleep. We can't be the only ones living well here. My lord, Lady Lati, I know! Let's put those provisions into a soup kitchen. Lati, can you help me cook? Of course! Food tastes better when everyone eats together. Edward, could we borrow a large pot? Edward? The old man has both hands over his face. Are you okay? Lady Uni, your son truly is your son. He really is worthy of being a lord. A crowd has gathered at the manor gates. My lord, are you in there? Everyone from Japoli? There are so many of you. What's going on? The man in front turns his hat over in his hands. We came to apologize for how rude we were to you at first. Watching you stand between us and those bandits moved us more than we can say. A boy that size, out in front? I felt ashamed of myself. His jaw tightens and no words come out. Have I been of some use to this town at least? Of course you have! If you hadn't come, who knows what would have happened? And you're Lady Uni's son on top of that. The capital has finally decided to back us, hasn't it? Every smile around him falters at once. At the bestowal ceremony, I failed to receive the Sword Saint job. Because of that, House Doneik cast me out. I am no longer Arch Doneik. You should expect no support at all from the ducal house. That can't be! I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I will carry on my mother Unicanhel's will, and as Archcanhel, Lord of Japoli, I will rebuild this town. But to do that, I need every one of you. Please lend me your strength. The crowd looks at one another and says nothing. Of course we will! Anyone who throws a person away over a job is garbage. We'll manage without the ducal house. This is our town. We'll make it better ourselves. Yeah! My lord, let's do our best together. Yes! He grips the offered hand hard enough to shake it twice. All right. A dented cauldron comes down onto the cobbles. We're making a big pot of hot soup. Soup? We'll make plenty, so let's all get our strength back. Yeah! After talking with the townspeople, the problems came into focus. First, the housing has to be repaired. If sanitation gets any worse, disease will start spreading. The defenses need work as well. And the fields have to be planted so the food supply holds. There's so much of it. A few days later, there are so many empty houses around here. Yes, the population kept dropping, all because of the last lord and then Bard. We started repairs on the worst houses, but all we managed was patching the holes with stones. Even the other houses? Why are so many of them in this state? They were old, but people could still live in them. We thought if the town came back to life, the people would come back too. But Bard took that weapon of his and smashed houses to make an example of us. We've barely been surviving ourselves, so the ruined parts have simply been left as they are. Given all of it, that's understandable. Let me take a look at the house. Okay, the patch sections are unstable, so please be careful. Thinking about that Bard still makes my blood boil. You've all been through a lot. Let's start on the next house. As long as it keeps the rain and the wind out, it's fine. But the monsters have been more active around here lately, right? Yeah. If something comes, I'd rather we rebuilt it properly. I'll borrow this. Huh? My lord, what are you? He hauls the pick back and drives it into the wall. The steel rings off the stone and doesn't leave a scratch. My lord, we just patched that. What are you doing? That's dangerous. A broken down shack, rank SSSR. Wait, huh? Not a single scratch? What on earth is going on? I can't change how it looks, but it will be a lot safer to live in now. My lord! Someone comes running down the lane, waving both arms. The Eastern District cleanup is finished. Thank you! I'll be right there. I'll be off then. Thank you so much. The Lord's power is unbelievable. With everyone helping, the rebuild is moving steadily. I've also started to get a feel for how Rarity Change works. I thought I could change several things at once, but I have to be close to a target before its rarity will move. Dry firewood, rank SSSR. I expected it to burn better, and now it won't catch at all. It picked up fireproofing instead. The change follows whatever the thing is meant for. I can raise strength, but I can't make more of anything, and I can't change how it looks. So what should I fix first? We don't have much building material left. It's about time we thought about money for supplies. My lord, there are visitors at the main gate. It's been a while, my lord. Eliza? He nearly drops the ledger in his hands. Thank you for protecting the princess during that bandit business. No, it was nothing. More to the point, what brings you here today? I'm here as an escort. For them. The carriage door swings open behind her. These children. Small faces climb down one after another. A woman comes running across the courtyard. Mama! A boy breaks from the group and runs. She drops to her knees and pulls him in. These are the children who were taken and sold into slavery. Thanks to you, they are free of Bard now. Mother! Ark. His eyes sting before he can do anything about it. I thought none of it counted unless I was a sword saint, but by coming here, I was able to protect all these people. I finally feel like I can accept myself. Urena watches the whole street from an upstairs window. I'm glad. She stays at the glass long after they have gone inside. Lottie stops in the doorway behind her. Urena? Lady Lottie, are you feeling better now?
Yes. Please forgive how I behaved the other day.
And you treated my injuries on top of it. I don't know how to thank you. To a princess, no less. Oh, don't worry about that. The collar came off thanks to Ark anyway. Anyway, I'm just glad you're safe. Why are you being so kind to me? A thief is such a lowly job. I did terrible things while I was obeying them. I deserve to be punished, so don't say that. Her hands close around the girls. Your job doesn't decide who you are. I believe you can use that job the right way from now on. I can tell you're a kind girl. The tears start falling before she can answer. So don't cry anymore. Yes, I'm sorry. They're happy tears. Well then, I'm off to get the soup kitchen ready. Lady Lottie, I'll help too. If that's all right, of course. Thank you, Urena. Come this way. She pulls the girl out into the corridor by the wrist. Yes! The answer comes out steadier than she expected. My parents threw me away and I had nowhere to go. You're good at this. I never really had a place to call home. Here you go. A full bowl goes into a pair of small hands. Thank you, big sister. But the noise of the line fades out behind her. Eat together, okay? I'll do what I can here. The wind turns and the whole tree line starts to move. Something out there makes her turn around. What's wrong, Urena? I feel like something bad is coming. Two eyes open in the dark of a cave mouth. My lord. So this is where you've been hiding. And that is... It's my mother's journal. Her records of the rebuilding work are useful as reference. There's a lot of personal writing in here too. It really does read like something she would write. Lady Uni was a woman of her station, but she had a genuine fondness for studying strategy. Thank you for keeping her study exactly as it was. Thanks to everyone pitching in, the district renovations finished ahead of schedule, and we no longer have to worry about disease spreading through town. There's still a lot to do, but if we keep at it steadily, a blast rolls in from somewhere outside. Was that outside? Lottie sets a ball of fire spinning above her palm. The blast tears clean across the yard. Whoa! She and Eliza are standing well clear of the scorch mark. Was that you just now, Lottie? We came to see what happened. Ark! Edward! Good morning! Things have calmed down a bit with the reconstruction work. So Urena said she wants to train. Oh really? You could have invited me too. Oh my. Urena has quietly put the princess between them. Wait, does she hate me? I mean, I did fight her with an SSSR sword, like that, my lord. I'm sorry. Huh? For what? For attacking you back then. I never got the chance to apologize properly, and yet you've even let me stay here. I'm truly grateful. Oh, that? You were worried about something like that? I'm the one who's grateful. You've been helping with the rebuild, so really, don't worry about it. But I still want to be of some use. I knew he'd say that. Then next time, invite me to train as well. I've been wanting a sparring partner for sword practice. Okay? Okay. She nods, and it looks more like a promise. My lord, if you'd like, shall I spar with you sometime? Really? But what about your duties in the royal capital? That's right. Is it all right for you to stay here a while? I'll be fine, since Ark is here. Indeed, it brings me great joy to see the princess working so diligently. However, His Majesty also tasked me with escorting the children home and filing an investigation report on the Far East. I'm glad to know they're all safe. So I will be in your care a while longer. Escorting and investigating? Oh, father! Now, all right everyone, it's time for breakfast. I had braced myself to come to Japoli completely alone, and before I knew it, the place was this full of life. Go on, eat to your heart's content. Quiet mornings like this with everyone are my greatest happiness now. Eliza, is the investigation about monsters? Yes, there was that business with the wyvern which His Majesty is also concerned about. I was thinking of looking northeast of the town today. I see, be careful out there. She has been holding her fork without touching the food. I think it would be better not to go northeast. Urina, why is that? I sense something unpleasant coming from the northeast. It feels like a lot of living things gathering together. My lord, I've heard the thief class has a heightened sense for danger. If Urina says so, doors slam open somewhere down the hall. My lord, this is bad. A messenger just arrived from a nearby town. A massive group of monsters is heading here? Yeah, a swarm of over 100 giant rats coming from the northeast. Everyone, please evacuate immediately. They'll reach you by evening. Eliza, is this? It's a stampede. Monsters moving together in one enormous group. Near the capital, there are soldiers, so it gets stopped before it grows. But a stampede this far out, where monsters are already thick,
It will swallow the entire town without a trace. So this is the bad feeling I've been sensing.
no way. We were only just getting started on the rebuild. Do we really have to abandon the town? As long as we're alive, we can build it again. Let's run! For everyone's safety, evacuating is the right call. But is there even a way to move this many people? We don't have enough horses. We can't get everyone out. My lord. The old man's hands are shaking on the table. As I'm sure you've realized, evacuating everyone will not be possible. If that is so, then at the very least, you and the princess must escape first. But he is already shaking his head. I knew you'd say that, my lord. However, if the two of you survive, that becomes the hope Japoli can carry forward. Please, understand. He does not lift his eyes from the floor. No.
He doesn't raise his voice, and nobody mistakes it.
My lord, why? I came here because I wanted to help the people of Japoli. Even if I survive alone, without everyone here, this place would not be Japoli anymore. Exactly. A princess is nothing without her people. I'm staying here too. Even you, Lady Lottie? My mother would have acted for others until the very end. There has to be something. You're a princess. Some way to save every one of them. His mother's notebook, still open on the desk. Something on the page stops him cold. My lord, there might be a way. Let's protect this town together. In front of the main gate, row after row of sharpened stakes now covers the open ground. Raise the rarity of the defensive barricade? Yes or no? That should be all of them, my lord. We've moved the residents into the reinforced buildings. Urina is bringing in the last group. Thank you. Let's take our positions as well. The lord said he would wipe the monsters out, but is that trap really going to be enough? The barricades only cover a small stretch of ground. I'm scared. It'll be fine. We'll make sure it works. She vaults out of the window and drops toward the street. Whoa, half the room is at the window now. The watchtower over the town wall. Eliza catches it before anyone else does. They're here! The swarm pours out of the dust, 3 huge ones leading it. There are so many of them! Around 200 in total, and 3 of them are boss class. I'm counting on you, Urina. She is already out past the wall, alone on the stakes. Her eyes lock onto the swarm and stay there. You want to set a trap for the stampede? Yeah. Her journal had countermeasures from past stampedes. I'm going to combine those methods into one trap built for this one. But with the time and materials we have left, it's a gamble. If the stampede veers off the trap line, a small hand goes up at the end of the table. What if I act as bait and lure them in? Urina? No, that's far too dangerous. This is sap that draws monsters in for a while. The bandits gave it to me. If I soak it into my cloak, I can steer them right into the trap. But then they'll come straight at you. I'll be fine. You've seen how fast I am. A stampede won't catch me that easily. And if I go out alone, I can protect everyone in town. Please, use me for Japoli's sake. The rats break into a full run across the flats. Urina steps out alone in front of the barricade. They're veering away from the trap.
The lead rat's nose twitches, and its head swings toward her.
The whole swarm turns back toward the line of stakes. They're coming. My lord, honestly, if it meant repaying you, I wouldn't mind spending my life on it, but the swarm is close enough now to hear it breathe. All right, I'm trusting you. Ark! But I'm not using you. I trust you, and that's why I can leave this to you. We'll get through this together. You're not alone. She sprints the length of the barricade with the swarm right behind her. One of them takes a stake through the chest. I'm not alone. Everyone's here. That's what gives me strength. Amazing! They're dropping fast! All right, let's go after Urina. The 3 boss rats smash through the front of the swarm. It's strange. Whenever I think about protecting everyone, She twists aside as one of them lunges past her. I can feel strength welling up inside me. My body is moving exactly the way I want it to. The swarm floods along the barricade behind her. I have to keep as many of them locked on me as I can. That is a thief class for you. Look at that agility. Urena is amazing. There are still far too many of them. Fall back already, Urena. She keeps moving, boots skidding over dead monsters. The barricade is getting buried under their bodies. The boss is closing in too. I need to pull back. A boss rears up right in front of her. Oh no! There is nowhere left to put her feet. An arrow comes out of nowhere and drops the boss where it stands. Urena spins toward wherever that shot came from. Hey, are you okay? Why are you out here? It's dangerous. This is our town too. We can't leave you standing on the front line alone. That would be pathetic. Hurry and get back here. You've done more than enough. You were incredible, miss. Thank you very much. I'll do exactly that. She turns and runs for the wall. That's right. My part was to draw them in, and once the barricade is packed with them, a common dagger, rank SSSR, she drives it down into the dirt with everything she has. The blade bites into the earth and the ground splits open. The swarm keeps pouring in over the top of it. Cracks race outward from the buried blade. The whole floor gives way and the swarm drops into the hole. All right, the pitfall worked. Whoa, it's almost funny how easily they're dropping in. Looks like the trap worked perfectly, and Urena is safe and sound. We did it! It worked! Using my mother's records as a reference, the trap we all threw together in a hurry covered a pit with floorboards raised to SR rank. Then, once enough of them were standing on it, one strike from an SSR dagger would drop the barricade and every monster on it into the hole. We pulled it off thanks to Urena. That should take care of most of them, and as long as we have Eliza, we can handle whatever is left. Hey look! They're still climbing out! They're getting into the town! Eliza's blade opens two of them in a single pass. Not on my watch. Urena, give me your cloak. I'll pull the rest of them onto me. Right. The cloak is already off her shoulders. She swings the sap-soaked cloth over her armor. Leave the ground battle to me. She wades straight into them with her blade already moving. Eliza, nobody on the wall says anything for a moment. She took down every last one of them in an instant. Now then, the warm-up is over. All that's left is... The last boss hauls itself out of the pit, screaming, "Everyone, get behind the wall, quickly!" Only the three big bosses are left. This is our final plan. Are you ready, laddie? Dark fire is already curling around her hand. Yeah! Light gathers between her palms. Shortly after we caught the thieves, we found out that magic can have its rarity change too. My injuries healed instantly. Even my old scars are gone, and I feel better than ever. Your healing magic is incredible, Lady Laddie. That's good to hear. It wasn't really me. When a spell's rarity goes up, its effect is amplified too. Yeah, there might be other ways to use this. Fire works well against giant rats, so if we strengthen Laddie's magic, we can bring the bosses down too. If I raise the rarity of Fireball, all I have to do is send my magic at the monsters, right? Leave it to me. Here we go. Yeah, change the rarity of Fireball? Yes or no? Fireball, rank SSSR. A sphere of fire the size of the watchtower turns above the wall. Lottie, hang in there! The sphere fights her grip and her arms start to shake. What an intense heat! The power is too much! So this is SSSR magic. It's all right, you can do this! Focus on your magic! Yeah! We all got this far together! I'm not giving up either! I will become a princess who can protect her people! The sphere tears loose and goes. It crosses the entire town in one breath. The fire takes the boss head on. Ark and Lottie don't move, watching the light swallow the gate. An armored arm goes across Urena and holds her back. The two townsmen on the wall just stare. Smoke drifts over the empty ground where the swarm used to be. Urena eases her head up over the wall. The monsters are gone, which means nobody wants to be the one who says the rest of it. We did it! The stampede is gone! Yeah! She grins for the first time since the wall went up. We did it! We actually did it! And everyone is safe! Lady Laddie, that was amazing! Wait, are you two alright? Now that I can finally relax, every bit of strength has left me. I'm just glad it worked. Indeed. Do you think I managed to protect everyone? Of course you did! If it hadn't been for you, no. Ark, Urena, and Eliza too. We were saved because all of you were here. You have my eternal gratitude. I'm really happy. Mother, together we managed to protect Japoli. He stops on the stairs, staring at something past the gate. What's wrong, Ark? There's something lying in front of the pit. Could that be a magic stone? A magic stone? It's a stone full of magical power that monsters sometimes carry. I see. One of the monsters from the stampede must have dropped it. I have never seen one this large before. Perhaps it could be the key to saving this whole town.